May all interfering energies be gone. This is the sound of a symbol used in different cultures as an energetic device to clear negative energies. There are different instruments which are used to shoo away psychic interferences which can hinder a wisdom download which could be transmitted to the listening ear. This is sound resonance. It is making inhospitable an energy field which is now coming into a sacred boundary of download and transmission. We are often unknowing and negligent about energetic influences in our lives. These influences are so subtle that we don't realize that it's not our mind which is directing us, but it is indeed some other entity which is influencing us to act in a certain way, to desire a certain thing, object, food, drink, or anything. Sometimes people change after a traumatic event. They're not the same. And psychologists label it as some mental disruption or the other. But from a spiritual and energetic perspective, it is that there has been an entry, a parasitic entry in the psychic field of this person. And now he is playing host to something of which he or she is not aware. In healing, we call it entities which attach themselves to the various different chakras, 7, 8, 9, 12, whichever one you want to, however you want to count it, the different chakras that are energetic, pulsating centers of our connection with the cosmic entirety, with the cosmic whole. If the vital force of the chakras dim or diminish, the body begins to fail. So for the spiritualist, maintaining a high frequency irrigated with the energy of the cosmos, cosmic energy, universal vital breath, is very important. When we do that, we are not open to psychic attacks. And we are walking generators of energy which can be transmitted to those who may be reducing in their vital life force owing to such mental states which are not entirely of their own making. When we look at the world population and we look at the spirit overcrowding, one may be amazed as to the ratio proportion of between the two. I cannot say for certain the different variations of the spirit minefield, but it definitely does exist, and it definitely does constantly influence and interfere with life in the body. And no one is really exempt, because different levels, different strengths of spirits will try to attack different strengths of human beings. So everyone is a walking target without really knowing it. Now, the things which bring us in lower frequency spaces and open to hybridizing with hostile energies is one, the ripeness of just pubescence and youth or beauty. Sometimes the innocent beauty of a golden child or a beautiful child a young woman on her menstrual cycle, or a young male in his prime watching porn, etc. Alcohol, drugs, going too low owing to something egoic, whether it is a breakup or whether it is a bad result in any field of athletics or sport or academics, etc. This is how young people pick up certain entities and they travel with them over the years into life, sucking on their vital life force, directing them to do as they bid. And it can intertwine very seamlessly with the ego of a person. But over time, it becomes evident that the person has changed quite a lot. When this happens, how this happens, at what junction of life this may happen, is debatable. Trauma, rape, physical assault, accident, head injury, becoming unconscious, being in an ICU, going for a surgery, getting anesthetized. All these things can open the gateway of dark forces to enter our integrity, our space. And slowly, slowly, one feels not so good. One feels distant with himself and maybe with others, not vital. There is no vitality. There is a sense of doom which a person is secretly carrying within himself. All these are signs that one is not integrated with higher forces. One is integrated with or integrating with lower forces. These forces are pulling us down. Coming back to our chakras, in the Sanskrit, I will identify it through Sanskrit names: Mooladhar, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddha, Agya, and Sahasrara. These are the 7 chakras which are confined to the body, and these are basically called the main commonly known chakras. In this, the lower chakras, the lower 2 root chakras, they keep us in a gross vibration and therefore frequency. It is to do with survival and reproduction. The 3rd chakra, somewhere around the navel, begins the transit into the higher. The heart chakra, the anahad, is where upon the ignition of one can start hearing the cosmic sound called nad. If your heart chakra is activated, you should be able to hear cosmic sounds. Different sounds. It may begin with a static electric sound, and it may evolve into different kinds of sounds. 10 sounds have been identified, and the final of this is called the Shankhnad, which is absolute silence. The heart chakra is extremely important. It is the radar of feeling and intuition. It is also the gateway to the cosmic intelligence and our own divinity, which connects with the super soul. Our soul, which connects with the super soul, is somewhere located in the heart chakra. It is that resonant headquarter. We can use the heart chakra to basically connect with wisdom downloads in conjunction with the Agya chakra, the forehead chakra. These two work in conjunction, they complement each other. When our energy is externally focused and on something which is of a lower vibratory nature, the heart chakra, the consciousness, which is also frequency, will find itself sinking lower. There's a sinking feeling in the heart. And when we realize that, okay, I am going a little bit down in my frequency, all we need to do is to sit and bring our frequency, our consciousness connected to the third eye chakra, the heart and the third eye chakra. Once we do that, wherever the consciousness had been traveling and our frequency was getting affected by that suction, it will reintegrate to its former self. And the yogi, the tantric, is able to recall himself into his own sovereignty. These two chakras are very important. The rest of the chakras are also important. The Sahasrara is very important. It connects us to the 8th chakra of wisdom. But this is for another time. This is not what we are discussing. We are discussing about keeping our body pure of energies or entities which can downgrade our frequency by sucking on our vital life force and by influencing our psychic space and our minds, therefore our physical bodies and also our realities in the physical field. It is also a major blockage in the transcendent capacity of a person. We need to be squeaky clean in our spiritual reality. And in order to be that, we have to be very clean on all fields of existence. So to clean ourselves, we need to clean our chakras, we need the energy centers, we need to be aware of our minds. Are we deviating? Are we not really who we used to be? Are we desiring things which previously we did not have so much a taste for? Am I suddenly more stressed? Am I having this doom feeling? Is there an unnecessary fear somewhere? These are not all psychotic things. Psychology has read it only as a mind problem. But there is much more beyond the mind, which is in control and interfering. This is just a small talk on the possibility that things we do not see, parasitic things like viruses which we cannot see other than under a microscope, there are also energy parasites which we cannot see and which do invade our systems, our minds, and our bodies, and our realities.